As a follow-up video to the video about the primary lines, let's take a look here at a situation which is real time. And because, like I said, we have a 52-week low here on most of the market. This is now Bank of America stock. What I wanted you to take a look at is, because we formed a 52-week high, then this hourly chart has a primary line, and that primary line is the reason why just about 50 minutes ago or less, I issued Bank of America as a short when it was trading at 644. The reason why is I thought it was gonna stall. Like you can see, I'm using the chart to tell me where Bank of America has been stalling. I'm not creating my own analysis. And I see that it stalled here on the RSI, which corresponds to the high about $10. It did trade about this line. Now here it just hit the line there and could not move above the red line, which corresponds with that high. So I'm using the chart to draw that line. And this was significant because it took the stock at the time to fresh 52-week lows. Okay? And notice even this was a fresh 52-week low. So you can say here was a primary line, because at the time this was a fresh 52-week low. Once it broke this trend here, we saw another fresh 52-week low. Now we did move above this line for a while, but notice it seems like uniform action above the line, like an inverted V. And this here seems like it's not the best uniform action, but again, another what seems like a inverted U type formation. And then we moved above the red line here, which corresponds with that break right there, which took the stock all the way to fresh 52-week lows initially here, and then another 52-week low there. We also notice that, again, like I said, this high on the RSI corresponds with that high. This high corresponds with this high. Now, this chart is important because you see we had established, if I go back and just use this chart to explain the primary line, because this hourly chart has a lot of 52-week lows, is if we draw a straight line there, once we broke that trend, which is connecting it to a 52-week low, we had a move from about $7 all the way to $5.25. Now that's huge, because that's a big drop in a big market capitalization stock, a stock that is on the Dow. And then also notice again we had another break of a line which is now flat. Once we broke this low and this low form a straight line, once we broke down here, we went to a fresh 52-week low. So now what I'm saying is I thought we would stall here, and that's exactly where we are stalling right now. But also, more importantly, should we come and break? See that? Should we come and break this line, this lows here and this low here? You draw a line which is now somewhere in that area. If we break down below that line, then we have the looking of the making of another situation where we drift lower to test these lows. Also the RSI, if this line here is broken to the downside, then that's going to suggest that we've seen short-term highs, which I was suspecting, and we're probably going to be testing these lows, if not break them. So this is a primary line. That's the point. This is a primary line because at this level here and this price level, those are fresh 52-week lows. Now I'm going to bring the chart for this is now on my charts, on the 30-minute charts. And what I'm seeing here is the same scenario on the market. Like right now, the Dow is trading, let's see if I can get that off. The Dow is trading just about lower by 16 points. Okay, and the Nasdaq is still positive for the day. We'll see how the day is going to go. But what I wanted to show you is all these charts are showing the same thing. Remember, on my charts, I forget about all the lines that I've drawn here. Most important line is the red line on the RSI here, because that corresponds with these lows in the market there on the Nasdaq, which corresponds with that low on the RSI. So you draw a line that connects it to this low on the RSI and that low on the RSI. You get a straight line that was bumped off here, and you see that the Nasdaq has been bouncing off this area, and I'm starting to see that it's starting to move just a little bit below the red line. Once it moves below the red line, that tells me this primary line. Why is it primary? Obviously because it is connecting it to a 52-week low. So any break of this red line on the RSI, which is what I'm thinking is happening now, we're going to see the market drop, and at least I think gonna give back most of this gain took it from the lows here, or even come down and break these lows. But it's gonna be a move that is gonna make many people who went long over the last couple of days question why they did that. See what I can pull up here in terms of another chart that looks the same. Just give me a second here because I'm just looking at all my. This is a Dow. Same chart, same thing going on everywhere. You see that the Dow at about 11,420, somewhere around there. You got the lows right there, and you draw a straight line connecting the lows of the RSI. Now that we have a 52-week low here, should we break this primary line, which is now on the RSI on the hourly chart, should we break that? I want you to see what is going to happen real time, because that's going to be a nice lesson on how markets behave when primary lines are broken. So I'm going to leave you there. No need to make this too long of a video. We'll see how things shape out. But that, again, let me show you just one more chart. And I know you notice I always like, let me show you one more thing. Before you know it, you have a 40-minute video, but not today. But I want to show you the VXX, which is the instrument that tracks the VIX. Now, the VIX has a 52-week high there. The VXX has a 52-week high there. Okay? And you know what? I'd probably be a good idea if I show this the way I should show you on the VXX. Let me find this. I think that's the chart right there. All right. Now I'm going to have to adjust something. Just bear with me. I need to remove this. Okay, so that the VXX daily. This high right here, about $60, is the high that I'm showing you here. Again, just this is now the hour. This is the daily. Now this is the hourly. Okay, so just the hourly. So about $60 where it made a high. So we also have a primary line, because this is an all-time high. I believe it is an all-time high for VXX, which is the instrument, the ETF that tracks the VIX. Should we break out on the RSI above this line that I'm drawing here, we're going to see the VIX recover from its sell-off. Okay, and also on price, connecting the highs, there is a line there, which is a primary line, because it's connecting it to an all-time high. So I want you just to observe what is going to happen if you can track this instrument. Now the VXX is trading at 46.17. If you have charts that you can use on the hourly, you'll see that there's a line that can be drawn. I want you just to see what happens. Should the market move this instrument above the yellow line, and it does the opposite, let's say for instruments like Bank of America, then we're going to see that the market is going to sell off and the VXX is going to rally. So just want you to watch how things work out. But if that's correct, you'll see the market reflect a downward move in the market, upward move on the VIX. This is Eric Muather with Muather.com. Peace and blessings.